purpose of this video is to show the process of setting the mast wedges in a catboat. Right here we're on a Sanderling. As you can see, there are no wedges in the partners now, so it is loose. This is a hinged mast, so it actually makes it a little bit easier. It can be done obviously with a mast standing, but it's a little less of a force on it. First step would be to put the wedges in the mast step. Once those are secure, we will move to setting the wedges in the mast partners.
It's very important that the base of the mast is secure in a catboat. In a sandpiper, there are no mast wedges because the slot for the heel plug is the same length. On a Sanderling and a Marshall 22, the slot is longer, so you need to set wedges in to secure that the base of the mast. It's either 2 or 3 wedges, depending, because the slots do vary. In this case, it will take 3. What we like to do is put 2 wedges forward and 1 wedge aft. That will bring the head of the mast forward a little bit. Can help the balance of the boat to some degree. We'll set 2 wedges in first in the forward side of it, and set 1 in on the aft end. Then with the tapping mallet, give them a good smack in. Should not be able to move them with your fingers. If you can move them with your fingers, give them some more hits. Make sure they're in nice and tight. Once these are set, now you can go put the wedges to the mast partners.
This is a Sanderling, and as you can see, there are 2 different size wedges. We have aft ones with a wider taper, forward ones with a narrower taper. And that's to correspond with the angle between the mast partner and the mast on the forward end and the aft end where it's wider. So the idea is to set it as evenly as possible and set the wedges as evenly as possible. They don't have to be exact. The key is to make sure it's set nice and tight. I like to start with 2 in the aft end. Press those in place. You'll generally hold it. Sometimes you need to hold them with your fingers. In this case, it's nice and tight. I'll take 2 of the forward ones and set those in place. Now it's pretty well secure. Now they're in place, but you need to put the rest of them in. So then, another aft one on that side, aft one on that side, aft one on that side, aft one on that side. Now we've got the rest of the forward ones in. Try to space them as evenly as possible. So they're all in nice and tight. Now the idea is to hammer them in nice and snug. I use a plastic tapping mallet, plastic head on it, but nice and solid. It won't scar the mast. You get a good force on the wedges. You really just try to go around evenly. Tight. The other side. Pretty good. Now you shouldn't be able to move any of them by hand. If you're moving any with your finger, they're not tight enough. You need to hand them in more. Don't be afraid to split one. If you give it a good whack and it splits, that's okay. As long as it's in tight, you're good to go. These are made of pine. It's a soft wood on purpose, so as you hammer them in, they mold to the mast and the partners. Some people have made some very fancy teak wedges, but being a hardwood, they don't bite into that as well, and they will tend to work their way out. Pine, we definitely recommend. Now that's in nice and snug. Now you can put your mast boot on. In this case, it's a Velcro one, so you can wrap around afterwards. If it's a sewn edge, you're going to need to make sure it's on the mast first and just fold it up. So now that that's on, you can take a piece of white electrical tape or rigging tape, around a couple of times, get a nice tight seal. If you cut there, if you try to stretch it and tear it, it will come apart. Nice and tight, and you're good to go.